Vera! 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 Hi, how are you? Are we desecrating ashes of Andraste up in here? Huh? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? By the way, I'm back. I got myself some poppycorn. And we're gonna get right back into Veilguard. We're gonna, not Veilguard, Origins. Origins. We're gonna, early in the chat, just reading up. Ah, yes. Yes. Just got off work. Did you see my DM on Discord? Bloodthirst. Okay.
How about you?
How come?
I see enemies ahead. Got it. Now it's better than that. All right.
Oh my gosh, woman. Oh my gosh, woman. Why did she run up? Fair. 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 Also, gotta love how smart the AI is at times. I run into a fight, the mage runs right into range of melee attacks.
Ready.
Immediately.
No. Mage. Stay back there.
They won't know what hit them. Can I get to the ladder? Get off my back? All right.
Okay. What are your thoughts on that? How did you? On the thing I sent you, I'm guessing that's why you said, "Oh boy." Okay, win.
Got it.
Okay. I'll talk to you more about it after stream. I hate this encounter more than I did the last one. Okay, no.
Now's better than later.
When?
Useless. Do I have to do everything myself? Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Oh my gosh. What ends up happening here? But that goes into the, I'm a warrior, not an arcane warrior. Warriors can't learn to be arcane warriors. And the game is so imbalanced in a lot of ways that if you're playing it, if you're playing anything other than a mage, it really does suck. I also really hate, I've come to really hate real time with pause, because what this incentivizes like I don't know what this does better than strictly turn-based or strictly real-time. And I've been thinking about it a lot and I can't figure it out. Oh, did they kill him already? Okay.
You got it.
I can't figure out why you would do this over real-time combat or turn-based combat. Like, I would much rather be playing Baldur's Gate 3's combat over
Now
this.
It's better than later.
Because at least it gives me time to think and strategize. But if it's doing something that's like everything's happening in real time and you have to think on your feet, do things on your feet and be fast and quick. Not many, but I'm still that's not relevant. Because I'm thinking about it in modern day time. Because a lot of people, I've heard people who have played early 2000s that want to go back to this area. And want a real time with pause to come back. Okay, you want it to come back, but what does it offer compared to modern day mechanics that have been introduced? How does it fit into the modern landscape is what I'm thinking of. And if I'm thinking about real-time combat, then action combat and real-time combat just does it better than this. It does dodging and weaving, and you have to be more on your feet and reactionary. Turn-based combat does strategy because it gives you time to think and plan out your moves and such. I don't see the purpose on how this could survive in the modern landscape. No, it isn't just my taste. I'm trying to figure out how this could exist modernly, and I don't see it. That's a big Durgan. Like, there's a lot of things that Dragon Age does right. I love the emphasis on choices. I love the companions. I love the writing. I love the world building. But every single time I go to somebody who says, play Dragon Age Origins, the combat is never something they point out. And I haven't watched Josh Strife Hayes' take on it, but every single time, the combat is something that has always been a weak point to a lot of people in Dragon Age. Real-time with pause doesn't do as great a job as real-time combat dedicated. The pause side is supposed to emphasize strategy, but it doesn't do the strategy side as well either. So I don't see the purpose of real-time with pause when dedicated turn-based combat exists and dedicated real-time combat exists. It's just this really weird in-between middle, and I don't see the benefits of the system. No, the system is bad because it is poorly balanced. It indicates towards a system with CC, and even Josh Strife Hayes had this issue. The system is bad so I never said that real time is bad. I said the game system is bad because it heavily focuses on CC, but it doesn't give the necessary tools to survive or sustain CC. So when you get CC'd, you just die. And once your party members start dying, you can't recover really. There's no real recovery. Then the issue becomes that mage is just the best class in the game because certain balancing features in the game. Now, what it ends up being is my stat is bigger than your stat because the systems in play are poorly balanced with each other. I have played this game for hours on end at this point. It is bad because it is not working at the moment. I haven't played Knights of the Old Republic. I heard that was better than this. But the game itself's combat is not good. That being said, real-time with pause does not offer anything in the modern landscape that a dedicated turn-based system or a dedicated action combat system does not offer. The gameplay section of this game is not great. I really am enjoying the characters and the story and my experience with the game, but the combat I am struggling to get through. The gameplay I am struggling to get through. And I have found myself wanting to just go to Dragon Age 2 because of the combat. And this is not a subjective experience, just not towards me. I have seen many people, and I have told many people when I'm starting Dragon Age Origins, And then many people, not just one, many big Dragon Age fans have said, be wary of the combat. It is an objective fact that the combat is not this game's shining point. And with how often you just die, not because of skill or such, but because the enemy was bigger than you. Oh, I can change my party.
Oh, blast it. Yes. Pigeon crap.
Hey, Falco.
Indeed. Something I can help with?
I'm okay. What do you know of this place?
Next to nothing, I'm afraid. Perhaps there is little to know about this place, or I simply have not discovered its secrets yet.
Let's just move on. Thanks for the hydrate. I just took some. Yeah, I'm just really frustrated with this game at the moment. It has not been the gameplay of this game is not the highlight. And I am at the pointed opinion that a lot of people let's see here. Do that. Thank you for the reminding me.
What is this place? It's different from the rest of the ruins.
My inventory is full. All right.
I bid you welcome, Pilgrim.
Yeah. I think there's a lot great about this game, but I don't think the gameplay is one of it. Who are you?
I am the Guardian, the protector of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I have waited years for this.
For me?
You are the first to arrive in a very long time. It has been my duty, my life, to protect the urn and prepare the way for the faithful who come to revere Andraste. For years beyond counting have I been here, and shall I remain until my task is done and the Imperium has crumbled into the sea.
The Imperium is no longer as powerful as it was.
Ah, is it not? Then perhaps this is the beginning of the end.
Who are the men who have taken over the rest of the temple?
When my brethren and I carried Andraste from Tevinter to this sanctuary, we vowed to forever
I'm
revere
trying
her
not
memory
to. I'm on the easiest
and guard her.
difficulty,
I
and
have watched generations of my brethren take up the mantle of their fathers. For centuries they did this, unwavering, joyful in their appointed task. But now they have lost their way. They have forgotten Andraste and their promise.
I plan to get through this. But I mean, I've already stated my point. I am whenever combat starts, I don't get an excited, I'm looking forward to this. I get a, oh no, here we go again. Am I just going to randomly die out of nowhere? Because of how fluctuant the difficulty is, from easy to all of a sudden super hard. In a sense, they have forgotten her.
They have forgotten that Andraste was just a messenger. They speak no more of the Maker, only of their false Andraste, an even greater sin.
Why have they fallen for this ridiculous lie?
It began with an ancestor of the one known as Colgrim. He saw himself as a new prophet, preaching the rebirth. Some disagreed with him. I heard their cries of pain.
How
and
come?
loss,
How come, Falco?
which were quickly silenced.
Tell me more about the disciples.
When my brethren and I carried
Oh, the story is
Andraste
fantastic.
from Tevinter to this sanctuary, we vowed to forever revere her memory and guard her. I have watched generations of my brethren take up the mantle of their fathers. For centuries they did this, unwavering, joyful in their appointed task. But now they have lost their way. They have forgotten Andraste and their promise.
The story and writing is what's driving me forward and wanting me to keep playing. It is brilliant. And what about you? Who are you?
I am all that remains of the first disciples. I swore I would protect the urn as long as I lived. And I have lived a very long time.
How is it possible that you've lived so long?
I made a vow to Andraste and to the Maker. My life is tied to the ashes. As long as they remain, so will I.
What can you tell me about the urn of sacred ashes?
You already know that the urn contains the remains of the prophet Andraste. What else is there to tell?
The dragon is not really Andraste, is she?
No. Our Andraste has gone to the Maker's side. She will not return.
Huh.
The dragon is a fearsome creature, and they must have seen her as an alternative to the absent Maker and his silent Andraste. A true believer would not require audacious displays of power.
I would like to see the urn.
You have come to honor Andraste, and you shall, if you prove yourself worthy.
I need the ashes to cure a noble man.
Still, you must prove yourself worthy. It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The gauntlet does that. If you are found worthy, you will see the urn and be allowed to take a small pinch of the ashes for yourself. If not...
What is the gauntlet?
The gauntlet tells the true pilgrims from the false. You will undergo 4 tests of faith.
Great.
And we shall see how your soul...
Oh no, it is fantastic. I don't want to demean the rest of the game. People can swear by this game, and I will swear by this game. I think this is a fantastic experience, especially for the time that it takes place in. It is that not that it takes place in, that it was made. It is a fantastic experience. It doesn't mean that there aren't parts of this game that are not perfect. It can still be a brilliant experience without it being a perfect experience. Oh, they swear by the combat. How long has it been since they played it? Can you tell me anything else about this gauntlet?
You will understand what it is when you face it.
Very well. I will enter the gauntlet.
Before you go, there is something I must ask. I see that the path that led you here was not easy. There is suffering in your past. Your suffering, and the suffering of others. You abandoned your father and mother, leaving them in the hands of Rendon Howe, knowing he would show no mercy. Do you think you failed your parents?
How do you know my past?
Your path is laid out before me and plain to see. In the lines of your face and the scars on your heart. Do you
I don't
believe
doubt
you
that.
failed your parents?
My big thing is, a lot of people have been asking for real-time combat to come back. And I'm like, okay, but what does it serve to return? What does it do well compared to other, what is the pros of real-time combat? And what can it do better than strictly turn-based or strictly action combat? What does it do better than those two systems? Because that's what it's doing. It's going to be, if it returns, it's going to be in direct competition between pure turn-based and pure action combat games. It is going to be the question of what does it do that those other systems wouldn't do? And I personally cannot see a benefit to it. That I'm basically trying to like address the people who want it to return and try to find something, spark a conversation of why it should return or why shouldn't it return. Because personally, I'm on the shouldn't return party, because I strictly believe that turn-based combat, if you want strategic combat, does it better than this. Like, I would love this game if it played like Baldur's Gate 3. If it was like turn-based tactical, I would freaking love this. I think that would be fantastic. It's just a conversation piece. I'm not really trying to spark arguments, as I'm trying to create a conductive conversation of how we can either improve it or why bring it back in the first place, if that makes any sense. Or even kind of put the players in the developer spot on why Dragon Age decided to pursue a more real-time combat system going forward and abandon this type of gameplay. Because I personally believe they had an option moving forward. They had the option of going strictly turn-based or going action combat, and they chose action combat. And that's all I'm trying to discuss, is what does this genre of game bring to the table to the industry? Is what I'm trying to bring into it. Yes, I should have defended them to the death.
Thank you. That is all I wish to know.
You are too hard on yourself. No one's perfect.
Accept your failings, but do not let them govern your life.
You could not have known what would happen. You did what you thought was best.
And what of those that follow you? Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield. You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him?
Yes. If Duncan had been saved and not me, everything would be better. If I just had the chance.
Interesting.
Maybe I...
Ask your question, Guardian. I am ready.
You are ever the advisor, ready with a word of wisdom. Do you wonder if you spout only platitudes, burned into your mind in the distant past? Perhaps you are only a tool, used to spread the word of the Circle and the Chantry. Does doubt ever chip away at your truths?
You frame the statement in the form of a question, yet you already know our answers. There is no sense in hiding, is there? Yes, I do doubt at times. Only the fool is completely certain of himself.
And you? Why do you say the Maker speaks to you, when all know that the Maker has left? He spoke only to Andraste. Do you believe yourself her equal?
I never said that.
In Orlais you were someone. In Lothering, you feared you would lose yourself, become a drab sister, and disappear. When your brothers and sisters of the cloister criticized you for what you professed,
This is the first
you were
test.
hurt, but you also reveled in it. It made you special. You enjoyed the attention, even if it was negative.
You're saying that I made it up for the attention? I did not. I know what I believe.
The way is open. Good luck, and may you find what you seek.
Yeah, no, the characters and writing, Falco, is absolutely fantastic. But I also understand people who don't want to play through this game.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
Smallest luck could carry it. Huh. Huh. Of what? I don't. The plague, a tune, a wind, a coconut. I need to hear it again. Repeat it if you need to. I'm really bad at riddles, so you guys will have to help me out here. I need to hear it again.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
What? Yes. Tune.
Yes, I was Andraste's dearest friend in childhood, and always we would sing. She celebrated the beauty of life, and all who heard her
Thank
would
you,
be
Moonlight.
filled with joy. They say the Maker himself was moved by Andraste's song, and then she sang no more of simple things.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
Love, the moon, dreams, indigestion. Could you repeat it?
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
Dreams, right?
A dream came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak?
Home?
It was my dream for the people to have a home of their own, where we would have no masters but ourselves. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and thus we followed Andraste against the Imperium. But she was betrayed, and so were we.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak?
Oh, that's easy. Vengeance.
Yes, my husband Hissarion would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
I leveled up? Since when? Okay. You can now focus on the power of rage more efficiently, gaining a bonus to health regeneration while Berserk is active, as well as the bonus of nature resistance applies at all times. First, we'll grab that. The General.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
Jealousy?
Yes.
I'm doing well!
Drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamari, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
Disciple Howard.
The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak?
The mountains.
Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
Archon Hissarion?
She wields the broken sword and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
Broken Mercy.
Yes, I could not bear the sight of Andraste's suffering, and Mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner, who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
And then finally...
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
Hunger?
Yes. Hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Teventer Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Cather, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Makers smiled on us.
Okay. Let's save here.
My dearest child.
Father.
You know that I am gone, and all your prayers and wishes will not bring me back. No more must you grieve, my boy. Take the pain and the guilt, acknowledge it, and let go. It is time. You have such a long road ahead of you, and you must be prepared. And so I leave this in your hands. I know you will do great things with it.
That's... Oh, man. Wait.
Am I too quick? Let's grab some glory!
Thank you ever so much.
For the Grey Waters!
On her face? Is that really what I am?
Well, I wasn't expecting that. And I certainly don't want to go through it again.
That was... weird.
Okay. Liliana. Interesting. Okay. 8 dexterity, 9 defense. About the same. Okay. So it's interesting. Okay. I do like that better than what she was wearing. Wait, battle dress of the faithful. Okay, I have to check something real quick. Okay, so that's stronger. 142, 143. 145. So this is all just raising my defense. Okay, the Grey Ward is a Thunder Scream.
Uh-oh. I'm terrible at puzzles. Hey, you see those thingies over on the side of that huge chasm? I bet they're used for something. Maybe I should touch them or stand on them?
Alistair, normal people tend to avoid strange-looking sections of floor thingies, as you say. They tend to be traps.
You don't really think they're traps, do you? At your service.
Okay, so how do I know?
Oh, look at that. I don't think it's solid enough to stand on, but it's a start.
At your service.
Huh? Huh? What am I supposed to do here?
What can I do?
Huh? Huh?